Hello again from a really quite grey Liverpool city centre, well, the outskirts of Liverpool city centre, quite close to the very famous Chinatown, in the shadow of the wonderful Anglican Cathedral which is behind me. I've come down here this morning, excuse the sirens as the police come whistling past. I've come back down here this morning because I was here in the summer, and over my right shoulder, over here, you can probably see some remains of what in actual fact was a little homemade hut, and I took a photograph of it on my Pixel 4a with the cathedral in the background. Obviously that little shack has been dismantled now, and if I just spin you slowly around, you can see that over here behind me are the foundations of what is, or what was going to be, a large apartment block which, like so many others, suffered during the lockdown, and progress has completely stalled, and the whole area is now a wasteland with old tyres, household rubbish, some old apartment blocks over there which have been boarded up for many years. So the whole place looks very, very sad, and you know what? It's perfectly suited to my kind of photography. So let's see what we can get down here right now. It's a strange atmosphere here. All of these rebars sticking up out of the concrete foundations. Real juxtaposition between the beginnings of a brand new apartment block framing the cathedral in the background. Very, very surreal. I need to be very careful because obviously there are some big drops off here down onto what I guess is going to be the car parking level. One of the issues with trying to get images from sites like this is the amount of trip hazards there are, and indeed hazards for you falling off, as I'm sure you can see behind me. But there are old spring mattresses, bits of wire. I've managed to avoid tripping so far anyway. This is a shot that I got in the summer when I first discovered access to this site. So I'm going to have a go now with the Ricoh and also show you the images that I took last year. Well, anybody fancy a Coke? I'm going to try and get an image of this with the cathedral in the background. Not quite sure how successful that's going to be, but we'll give it a go. To be fair to Liverpool, there are very, very few places like this at the moment. Redevelopment over the past 30 years has been tremendous. And although it's sad to see buildings like this one over my right shoulder in the state they are in, they really are the very last ones. But from a photographer's point of view, a nutty one like me, they do offer quite a lot of potential. Welcome to my studio for the day. Well, there you are. That was a brief hour-long mission to this derelict building site. I think I've got some usable images today, even though it's incredibly flat, the lighting, hence a lot of black and white images, and really that's where the little Ricoh GR-D excels. It's perfect for what I require it for in black and white. I can quite happily use it one-handed and still swing the GoPro around. So yeah, I'm hoping I've got some usable images from today's outing. There's only one way to find out. Let's get back into the warm and have a look on the computer. Here I am back in the warm. The outing down there was relatively successful. The lighting was less than ideal, but the main thing is that I did manage to get some images on my lovely little Ricoh GR-D, shooting mainly in black and white. There are a couple there of the old flats which I shot in colour together with the which other ones were there now? Oh yeah, the handbag and the hard hat and high-vis vest. The rest were taken in monochrome on the little GR-D. Also, the GoPro that I was using, if you've watched this far, I can explain what was happening with the sort of almost a vignetting effect when I was panning the GoPro around from side to side. The GoPro that I bought is in one of these Ulanzi metal vlogging cases, and the metal frame sticks out about 5 to 8 millimeters in front of the GoPro lens mounting, and that's what the GoPro is picking up when I pan it from side to side. I'm still getting used to it, so I'm not quite sure if I can adjust the settings to eliminate that, either in camera or in post. If anybody's got any bright ideas, let me know. But yeah, I'm delighted with this. It comes with a plug-in microphone, and I also have a separate shotgun mic that can mount onto the cold shoe on top. Nice little thing, and I use it on top of the tabletop tripod as a sort of grip. Everything over here. So yeah, URBEX. It wasn't really URBEX in the true sense of the word. I have a hankering to photograph dilapidated buildings. I'll put some other photos in the video for you to have a look at now that were taken over the past couple of years, mainly on Fuji cameras. One thing I would emphasize is that I always work solo. And two things I have to bear in mind. One is my age. I'm, past retirement age. So I do need to be careful. The building site that I was wandering around today, if I had taken a serious fall, hopefully I would have been able to make a phone call on the mobile. Otherwise I'd have been there for days on end. And I also have a heart condition, so I do need to be careful. I don't take unnecessary risks, and in case you hadn't spotted it already, that whole area is fenced off. They've put a hoarding all down the main road, which is where the police siren was that you could hear. And the access to it is hit and miss. The other day when I went down there, one of the panels had been completely smashed by, I'm guessing, one of the rough sleepers. So access for me was easy. I didn't have to break anything down. It was just a case of stepping through the gap and I was there. The chances are that if I were to go down there again tomorrow, that panel would have been replaced. So I never sort of break into places. I wanted to make that clear, and I'm always careful about how I proceed when I'm doing my photography. It's not high risk stuff, but nevertheless, if you want to try it yourselves, and like me, you're interested in old, dilapidated and abandoned buildings, then be aware that there are things like unsafe flooring, building materials left around, bits of electrical cabling, all sorts of things like that, which you do need to be careful of. But I hope you enjoyed at least some of the images. That's probably the last you'll hear about my URBEX experiences, but I do intend to continue photographing buildings like you've seen today when the opportunity arises. So until I see you all again, I'd like to say a huge thank you for staying with me. If you like what I do, please consider subscribing, hit the like button, and until the next time, I'll say stay safe. Most importantly, enjoy your photography. Bye bye for now.